Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into 20 essential solo hiking safety tips. No fluff, just facts to keep you safe on your adventures. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, these tips will give you the confidence to tackle any trail. So pack your bags, lace up those boots, and let's get started. You know to watch out for wild animals when you're hiking, but don't underestimate livestock. They can be just as unpredictable and potentially dangerous. Cows, goats, sheep, they might seem harmless, but they often have a protector, the guard dog. These dogs are trained to be vigilant and can be very territorial. In popular hiking spots, these dogs are usually cool customers, used to humans. They might even seem friendly, but don't let your guard down. But venture into more remote territory and you're in their domain here. They are more likely to see you as a threat to their flock. These aren't your pampered house pets, they're working dogs bred for generations to protect their flock. Their instincts are sharp and they take their job seriously. If you see one, stay calm, no sudden moves. Avoid direct eye contact, as this can be seen as a challenge. Back away slowly, giving them a wide berth. Respect their space and they'll likely respect yours. Remember, they're just doing their job. A lot of folks ask me about protection on the trail, especially when they're hiking solo. My go-to, trekking poles. They're not just for balance, though they're brilliant for that, saving your knees on those steep descents. Alongside bear spray, a firm plant of your poles can make you seem bigger, more intimidating to a potential threat. Lightweight, multi-purpose, they're a no-brainer for any hiker. Trust me, a twisted ankle in the middle of nowhere is the last thing you want. Here are some simple exercises that'll make a world of difference. 20 small bounces, 10 stretches pointing your toes, 10 outward stretches, and 10 inward stretches. Do these regularly, and you're not just strengthening your ankles, you're strengthening your resilience out there. This one's non-negotiable, folks. Before you head out, tell someone your plans, where you're going, your route, when you expect to be back, and make sure you check in with them daily. If something happens, that safety contact becomes your voice. It's a simple step that could save your life. You know the drill in bear country. No food in your tent. Bears have an incredible sense of smell and can detect food from miles away. Keeping food in your tent is like sending them an open invitation. But even if bears aren't a concern, you're not off the hook. Other animals can be just as problematic. Wild boars, those guys have a nose for food like you wouldn't believe. They can be aggressive and cause a lot of damage if they find food. Empty wrappers, scented toiletries, anything with a whiff of food needs to be stored properly. Even the smallest crumbs can attract unwanted visitors. A dry sack is your friend here. It keeps your food safe from moisture and animals. Hang it high, at least 50 meters from your tent. This keeps it out of reach for most animals. Above the tree line is generally safer, but don't get complacent. Always stay vigilant and make sure your food is secure. Let's be real for a second. There are some videos out there that make solo hiking seem like a death wish. Don't get me wrong, respecting the dangers is crucial, but don't let fear paralyze you. Fact is, statistically, you're safer on a hike than in your car. So yes, be informed, be prepared, but don't let fear-mongering keep you from experiencing the incredible freedom and beauty of the trail. Stay safe, stay adventurous. I'll admit I've got a head for heights, but even I've had my close calls. Once, hiking in Norway, I lost my footing near a 50-meter drop. Now I treat cliff edges with the utmost respect. Avoid them whenever possible, and if you must get close, ditch the backpack. Remember, the view might be tempting, but it's not worth risking your life for. Your phone's GPS says there's a shortcut? Looks tempting, right? A quicker way to your destination, saving you time and effort. But hold on a second. Shorter route, less time on the trail. It sounds perfect, especially when you're but tired or in a hurry. But let me tell you, if it's not a marked trail, there's usually a good reason why. These paths are often unmaintained and can be quite risky. These shortcuts often lead through treacherous terrain, steep slopes, overgrown vegetation, hidden dangers, you name it. You might encounter slippery rocks, fallen trees, or even wildlife. If you're determined to take a shortcut, make sure you can see the entire route clearly. Assess the risks and be prepared for unexpected challenges. And if you have even a sliver of doubt, trust your gut and stick to the marked path. It's always better to be safe than sorry. Remember, the marked trails are there for a reason. They're the safest and most reliable routes. Now, most hikers are sound as a pound out there to enjoy nature just like you. But let's be real, public campgrounds can attract some unsavory characters. That's where stealth camping comes in. Find a secluded spot away from roads, houses, trails. The less visible, the better. That extra layer of security can make all the difference when you're alone in the wilderness. Hiking through dense forest, visibility low, you might think silence is golden. Not always. In these situations, you need to make your presence known, especially if you're in an area with bears, wild boars, deer. A simple clap, a shout, a whistle, anything to alert animals to your presence. You're not trying to scare them, just letting them know you're there. Choosing the right campsite is crucial when you're solo. Avoid setting up camp near water sources. Animals frequent these areas. Stay clear of dead trees or branches that could come crashing down in a gust of wind, and steer clear of areas that could flood if there's a sudden downpour. You want to be high and dry, away from potential hazards. Choose wisely. We've all been there, pushing for that final mile, that last campsite. But when you're solo, fatigue can be your worst enemy. It clouds your judgment, makes you more prone to accidents. Listen to your body. If you're feeling the burn, stop and rest. It's better to arrive late than to not arrive at all. If you're new to the solo hiking game, jumping in headfirst can be daunting. That's where group hikes come in. They're a fantastic way to learn the ropes, gain experience, and build confidence before venturing out on your own. Plus, you'll meet like-minded people, share tips and stories. Remember, there's no shame in starting small and working your way up. This goes without saying, but checking the weather forecast before any hike is crucial. But when you're solo, it's not just about packing the right gear, it's about understanding the potential risks. Late spring and early summer can be tricky. Snowmelt can make trails treacherous. Thunderstorms stay below the tree line. Do your research. Remember, flexibility is key when you're at the mercy of Mother Nature. You've planned your meals, packed your snacks, but what happens if you get delayed? A wrong turn, a sprained ankle, an unexpected detour, anything can happen out there. That's why I always pack at least one extra day's worth of food. And don't rely solely on food that requires cooking. Pack high-energy snacks like nuts, dried fruit, energy bars, things that require no preparation. We live in a digital age. GPS apps are fantastic tools, but they're not infallible. Batteries die, signals drop, and phones can break. That's why you need a backup plan. A power bank is essential for keeping your phone juiced up. Make sure your navigation app works offline too. For added peace of mind, especially in remote areas, a dedicated GPS device like a Garmin or Spot is worth its weight in gold. These things are built tough with long battery life and SOS functions that can be lifesavers in an emergency. Some even have satellite messaging capabilities, allowing you to send for help even when there's no cell service. Invest in a reliable GPS device. It's an investment in your safety. Call me old school, but I never leave for a hike without a good old-fashioned map and compass. Sure, they might seem archaic in the age of smartphones, but they're reliable, battery-free, and can be lifesavers if your electronics fail. The key is knowing how to use them. Learn the basics of triangulation, declination, and route finding. Make sure you have the skills to navigate the old-fashioned way. We humans, we're like animals in a way. We've got this primal instinct, a gut feeling that tells us when something's not right. It might be a creepy campsite, a sketchy-looking character on the trail, or a sudden unease about the weather. Don't ignore those feelings. Trust your intuition. No view, no trail, no summit is worth risking your life for. Well, there you have it, folks. 20 essential solo hiking safety tips to keep you safe and prepared on your next adventure. The more you hike, the more you learn, the more confident and self-reliant you'll become. Did I miss anything? Have any personal experiences or tips to share? Drop a comment below. I read them all. Stay safe, stay adventurous, and I'll see you on the trail. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Remember, the wilderness is calling, but it's up to us to answer that call responsibly and safely. See you on the next adventure.